This one is actually two stories. We have the story behind the song, and then we also have the story behind what created this channel in the first place. I'll try to keep it brief so that way we can, of course, get to the the video. But I think you'll enjoy this one as I enjoy bringing it to you. So, what's the story behind all of this? Well, let's get into it. Welcome back to my channel. It's an honor to have you here, and if you enjoy what you hear through my past videos, or even in this one, please consider liking and subscribe to the channel. Also, feel free to share and comment. It would be greatly appreciated to continue doing this for you. For those who have watched some of my previous videos, you may now be aware of the passing of my son Cameron back in July of 2024. And it is his loss that was truly the catalyst for starting this channel and bringing some of my old musical lyrics back to life through the use of AI technology. And it has been really a fun journey doing this. It's actually also been quite therapeutic, to be honest with you. And I enjoy sharing this information with those of you who like actually hearing it. So I hope you continue to like what we've been sharing. But let's first begin with the story behind the song, because it's actually quite a funny story. So when he first came to me about the song called Love Life, he always would bring songs to me to kind of say, hey, I need you to listen to this. And I would say, okay. And so he came to me with the song. It didn't have a name at the time, to be honest with you. As a matter of fact, it was a rap song, and he started rapping, and it felt like 5 minutes later he was just still going and going and going. It's like there was no structure, there was no verses, there was no chorus, and there was no name to the song. So he was just going and going and going. When he finally finished, I was like, all right, I think we have to put some structure to this thing. And so we got together in a room with some recording equipment. This was back in 2013. And I kind of looked over the words and put them in bars, and added a core. The first thing I did is I broke it up into sections. So we had the first verse, and then we had the pre-chorus, and he had no chorus or no name to the song. So I actually wrote the chorus, so that way we could have everything structured and broken up properly. And then Love Life was born once the chorus was written. So that's how the song came to life. We did a little makeshift recording of our own, and I used that recording as the catalyst that was fed into the AI platform to create, rather than a rap song, we created a Afrobeats version, and that's how it all came to life. So that was the story behind the story. But now there's a story behind the story for the story, I guess. And that's the story behind why this channel was created in the first place. And what I did is I wrote down, I had to put my thoughts on paper because, you know, if I tried to talk about all of this, I would probably ramble all over the place. And again, I'm trying to keep this as brief as possible. So I decided to put it on pen to paper, you know, like writing a song. But in this time, we're just writing the story behind why I started this YouTube channel. And so I'll read it here for you. If you bear with me, I have it on paper. About 3 months after my son's accident, I had just finished a power walk and was cooling down on my way back home. Definitely on a nice mental journey. That's when the first wave of clarity hit me. And it struck quite hard. I realized I simply wasn't where I should be in life. And the events surrounding my son's passing made it painfully clear that you have to go after what you want, because tomorrow is never promised. So let me explain. Think about a beautiful moment you've had in your past, a memory, and one that still brings a smile to your face every time you remember it. Now imagine someone trying to convince you that it never actually happened, that it wasn't real. Deep down, you knew it was real. You know it's still real because you lived it. You'd bet your life on it because it's etched inside your soul, inside your existence forever. That's something that someone cannot take from you. That's exactly how I felt that day from that first wave of clarity. As if the universe had placed a vivid, undeniable truth within me. It was more than a realization. It felt like a memory of understanding that no one could take away. Yet it wasn't a memory, but it was still etched inside of me that I would bet my life on. That's clarity. The message I received that day was simple yet profound. Live the life you want on your terms and without regrets. Now we fast forward 4 months later, so now this is 7 months after my son's accident. And on his birthday, everything hit me at once. The grief, the memories, the weight of the loss, it all came pouring out. I broke down completely that day on his birthday. And while I've always considered myself mentally strong, not ruled by emotion, and someone who naturally sees the glass as half full, that day I just needed to release it all. And once I did, I actually felt lighter. But the next morning, something remarkable happened. I had a dream overnight. In the dream, I was riding an ATV up a mountain with a little boy on the back of that ATV with me, just hanging on, who had very similar features to Cameron when he was about 5 or 6 years old. But I knew in the dream it wasn't him, but it kind of resembled him. We were having the time of our lives climbing that mountain, climbing higher and higher until we reached the top. And then from there, once we got to the top, it felt like we were standing on top of the world, like we could see the entire planet, able to see in every direction. It was pure bliss. It felt like a mountain of victory. While we were up there, we saw 2 black bears. They were joyfully playing, frolicking like children. And in the dream, we weren't actually afraid. Now, when I woke up, I couldn't shake the feeling that they represented the two closest losses in my life to date, which would be my father and Cameron. But while still in the dream, the bears ran away, playing into the distance until they disappeared. And then came the moment to start heading back down the mountain in the dream. And as we descended, that's when I actually woke up from the dream. Within the first 30 seconds of waking up, clarity struck again. It was like the second wave of clarity that hit me. It was as if Cameron's voice whispered to me into my soul, my spirit. It's as if I heard the words, "Dad, you brought me to the top of the world. I'm okay where I am. Now it's your turn to go conquer the world and chase your dreams." That's what I felt in my existence, those words. And that message gave me a deep sense of peace that I cannot fully describe. It didn't feel religious, nor did it feel like a higher calling or anything higher was speaking to me. It actually felt bigger than anything we've ever even been taught. Something beyond human comprehension. And it gave me a confidence and a calmness that few people ever actually reach or achieve, especially after a significant loss. So if I'm being honest, it felt like the universe was confirming that much of what we've been taught is something actually bigger out there. And what we've been taught on this planet, a lot of it is frankly noise. But the essence of what matters from that message, the key message that I felt, was connection and peace. And these are the reasons why I actually started this channel, was because of those two moments of clarity. And it stemmed from almost like hearing his voice within my presence. And so that's when and that was back in March, the morning of March 26th, back in 2025. And I didn't realize I wanted to share music on YouTube until the music, it just finally hit me. And then I recently opened up the channel and started uploading songs. But this is his song. These are his words. And as a, I guess, final tribute to him, I thought, what a great idea if I could only use AI to show him singing his own song that he wrote. And I'll be honest with you, it wasn't, I wouldn't say it was perfect, but it was good enough to convey what I was trying to achieve. And so what you're about to hear is his song, Love Life. And using a picture of him to create him singing the song. It's not his voice, but it is his image singing his words. So without further ado, here's Love Life being sang by Cameron.
All right, third take. Feeling good about this one. Peace pumping. Hey. I'm waiting. Time went by. Hey. I'm waiting. just like I by the altar. Though I'm wishing it was you that I could alter. Computer terms, wishing that I could just alter. All the leader of my life, now who's at fault? Hear you moving on, boo, accelerated times too. Bet you're feeling mighty, mighty bad cause I don't miss you. Mighty sad cause I don't left the crew that we don't click to. It's okay, I was the one who had you. Wait, in spite of the ice you put on my life, I moved on for far, got these light bulbs in my sight. At a medieval age, I don't came, and a real princess is who I'm taking my time with. To be honest, she's priceless, and even though she the man, she in search of a man. Now these little boys you play in the sand with. Your kitty box, I found out, full of shh, never quit. I go down, sorry girl, I don't blow fish. This is my love life, I'm loving life. My eyes are open wide, and feeling right. Come girl, just ride with me and fly with me. You're loving me, real love life from me. Now I can teach you, this one's dedicated to my exes. See me now, look at me flexing. I came a long way, the mirror say it can. You've gone to bed and in this game of life you should go and get some play. So I'ma take my dice, roll them out, get in mine. I'm working for things important, take that bar, set it high. Got myself a cutie and our life together well, I'ma make it live. People question why is it that you're so fast? Damn dude, how'd you even pass that class act? Cameron, I used to think that you were gay, I ain't sweating it, it made me who I am today. To be brought down, yeah it's been done before. But from a situation, life's lessons arose now. And now I'm learning to soar. This is my love life, I'm loving life. My eyes are open wide, and feeling right. Come girl, just ride with me and fly with me. Your love is really real, love life from me. Crazy now cause I can smile in reality. Not in my mind, thinking about the times cause I experienced life right in the front of my eyes. Sorry girl, you done missed out. Had that urine all over and I guess I'm just pissed out. Like telling a secret, coming close and then psh out. I guess I'm glad that you're out. Left a small hole in my heart, I'll admit it. But I got a new chick, I'm going steady with. And she can feel it, and probably a bit more. I bet that you wish you would try to be more. And those who making tracks, taking my lines, they might just bite a bit more. But you can add these lines, I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna rip more. Past tense, cause I'm already done. Stay in front of the sun, cause in the race to share life, I've already won. This is my love life, I'm loving life. My eyes are open wide, and feeling right. Come girl, just ride with me and fly with me. Your love is real, love life from me.
Dynamite One Productions.